I work 12-hour plus shifts, 6 in the morning to 6 at night, roughly. By the time I get home, I've been on my feet all day, managing a plant and the people in it. I'm a foreman. That's the job. And then I go to the gym. And then I get home around 8 p.m., roughly. I sit down and I build my business. Every single night. Not when I feel like it, not when I have energy left over. Every night. I've been doing this for months, and in that time, I've launched a YouTube channel, built an e-commerce store, produced paid digital products, and started generating income outside of my job. So when people tell me that they can't find the time to work on their side hustle, I don't say anything. I just go back to my building. Tonight, I'm giving you the exact system I used to run a demanding full-time job and grow a business simultaneously. No productivity hacks, no morning routine theater, the real system. Let's go. What's good, everybody? I'm the Saint DC. I'm a foreman by day, and I'm building Sweet Dreams Enterprises by night. This channel is for men who are building something real while the rest of the world sleeps. Business, productivity, mindset, fitness, dating, and faith. If that's where you are, subscribe and let's grow together. Today I'm pulling back the curtain on the actual system that makes this possible. Not inspiration, not theory, the exact structure of my day, how I protect the hours that matter, and the decision-making framework that makes sure every minute of my build block counts. Let's get into it. Before I break down the system, I want to address something directly. The number one reason people give for not building a side business is time. They don't have enough of it. Their job is too demanding. Their schedule is too full. I've heard every version of this, and I'm not going to tell you that it's not real, because it is. Time is genuinely limited, but I want you to see something. There are 168 hours in a week. If you work 60 hours a week, which is more than I'm asking you to assume, and you sleep 7 hours a night, that's 49 hours of sleep. That leaves 59 hours. 59 hours a week that are not accounted by work or sleep. Even if 30 of those go to commuting, eating, family time, and basic life admin, you still have 29 hours. Almost 30 hours a week that are going somewhere. The question isn't whether the time exists, the question is where it's going right now. For most people, it's going to Q3 and Q4, the low value, low urgency activities that feel like they're rest but don't actually restore you. Scrolling, passive content, the slow drift from 7 p.m. to midnight with nothing to show for it. I'm not judging that. That used to be me too. But once you see it, you can't unsee it. The time is there. The system is what turns it into something. The question isn't whether the time exists. The question is where it's going right now. Let me walk you through a real day. Not an ideal day, a real one. I'm up at 4:35 a.m. Not because I love mornings, because my shift starts at 6. I read a chapter of Proverbs, I pray, and I'm out the door. That morning window is 20 minutes, and it's not optional. How you start the day sets everything that follows. 6 a.m. to 6 p.m., roughly, is the shift. 12 hours running a plant as a foreman. That's Q1 territory. Real problems that need real decisions right now. Equipment goes down, production stops, personnel situations happen. This is the job, and I give it everything it needs. I don't half job my shifts, so I can preserve energy for the business. You can't build a business you respect while treating your employment like it's an inconvenience. I work hard at both. 6 p.m. is a transition. I go straight to the gym after my shift. I know this sounds like the last thing you want to do after 12 hours on your feet, and you're right, it's not easy. But I've learned that skipping the gym doesn't give me more energy for the evening. It gives me less. The gym is a physical reset. It clears the mental residue of the workday so that by the time I sit down at 8 p.m., 9 p.m. roughly, I'm not carrying the shift with me. This is a non-negotiable. After the gym I shower, I eat, and I decompress for 20 to 30 minutes. Not an hour. 20 to 30 minutes. Whether that's doing paperwork for the job or just relaxing for a little bit. Enough to recover from the day, not enough to fall into Q4. This is a hard line I've had to draw deliberately. 8 p.m., 9 p.m., I'm at my desk. Work block starts. This is the time Sweet Dreams Enterprises get built. 3 hours, 8 to 11 p.m., 9 to midnight, every single night. Not most nights, every night. And here's what makes those 3 hours different from just sitting at a desk and hoping something gets done. I know exactly what I'm working on before I sit down. There's no warming up, no deciding, no scrolling for inspiration. The session starts immediately. You can't build a business you respect while treating your employment like an inconvenience. Work hard at both. 3 hours a night sounds like a lot until you sit down and you realize how fast it disappears without a filter. That filter is the Eisenhower Matrix, a priority framework I use to decide what gets my time and what doesn't. The Matrix splits everything into 4 quadrants based on 2 questions. Is it urgent and is it important? Q1 is urgent and important. You do it now. Q2 is not urgent, but important. You schedule it and protect it. Q3 is urgent but not important. You delegate it or minimize it. Q4 is neither urgent nor important. You eliminate it. My 8 to 11 p.m. build block is Q2 time. Everything I do in that window is important to the long-term growth of this business, and it's not screaming at me with a deadline tonight. That's exactly why it requires protection. Q2 tasks don't yell. Q1 and Q3 yell. If I don't actively protect Q2, it gets eaten every time. So what does Q2 look like in my build block on a given night? Recording a video, that's Q2. A video I record tonight could be driving traffic to my store a year from now. Writing a script, Q2. Building out a product page, Q2. Doing keyword research, Q2. Analyzing what's converting in the store, Q2. All these are high leverage, non-urgent actions that compound over time. What tries to be a Q3 during my build block? A text that can wait until tomorrow. A notification I don't need to see right now. Someone's request that felt urgent to them, but isn't mine to solve tonight. I've gotten good at recognizing Q3 for what it is and putting it back where it belongs. What would be Q4? Anything I close a laptop on with nothing to show for it. Reels, YouTube, rabbit holes that have nothing to do with what I'm building. I've eliminated most of Q4 from my evenings entirely. It was the biggest unlock of this whole system. The structure I just described doesn't hold itself up. There are 4 rules I follow that make it work when the job is hard, when I'm exhausted, and when I don't want to sit down. Rule number 1. Every night has a purpose before it starts. I know what I'm working on before I sit down. If it's a recording night, the script is already written. If it's a content planning night, I have a list of topics to research. The system decides before fatigue does. When you sit down at 8 p.m. without a plan, decision fatigue from the day takes over, and you end up in Q4 before you realize it. Rule number 2. The phone is not in the room. My phone goes in another room at 8 p.m. Every notification is a Q3 pull designed as urgency. I handle messages in the morning or during a specific window I set aside. The build block is protected. This single rule has recovered more time than any other change I've made. Rule number 3. I don't negotiate with myself about showing up. This is the one that took the longest to build. Some nights I come home from a 12-hour shift, and the last thing I want to do is sit down at a desk. That feeling is real, and it doesn't go away. But I've stopped letting it make the decision. The decision was made when I committed to the system. Showing up is not optional. The quality of what I produce on a tired night will vary. Whether I show up does not. Rule number 4. Wednesday is a flex night. One night a week I don't have a specific task assigned. Sometimes I use it to catch up on something that slipped. Sometimes I read. Sometimes I do lighter work like responding to comments or doing market research. Having one flex night prevents the system from feeling like a prison and stops burnout from accumulating. The other 6 nights are structured. Wednesday breeze. The system decides before fatigue does. When you sit down at 8 p.m. without a plan, decision fatigue from the day takes over and you end up in Q4 before you realize it. I want to be direct with you about what this system has produced, because I think it matters that this isn't theory. Since I started running this structure, I've launched a YouTube channel and published videos on a consistent Thursday schedule. I built a Shopify store with live digital products. I've created a paid ebook, a product bundle, and I'm building a paid community. I run meta ads, produce video creatives with AI tools, and started generating income outside of my job. All this was done in 3-hour blocks, after 12-hour shifts, with a full-time foreman job that doesn't slow down. I'm not telling you this to impress you. I'm telling you this because I want you to see what the compounding effect of a consistent Q2 time looks like. 3 hours a night is 21 hours a week. That's over 1,000 hours a year of focused, intentional building time. A lot can happen in 1,000 hours. Here's what I want you to take from this. The system is not complicated. A hard start time, a clear task for every night, a framework that filters your 3 hours, and a set of rules that protect the structure when motivation drops. That's it. What makes it hard isn't understanding it, it's staying in it on the nights when the couch is right there and the shift was brutal and everything in you wants to stop. Those nights are the ones that actually build the business, not the inspired nights, the tired ones. Now, I've mentioned the Eisenhower Matrix a couple times because it's generally the engine that runs my Q2 block. If you want the done-for-you version of that framework, pre-built templates, a time audit exercise, a full priority system laid out so you can start using it tonight, I have an ebook in the store built around that exactly. It's called the Eisenhower Matrix, Master Your Priorities and Dominate Your Day. And if you want the full productivity stack, everything I use to run the business side of Sweet Dreams Enterprises, the bundle has it all. Both links are in the description below. Hit the like button if this gave you something real. Subscribe. I post a new video every Thursday on business, productivity, mindset, fitness, and dating. And drop a comment below. What time block are you going to protect starting tonight? I want to know. I'll see you next Thursday. Stay disciplined, stay faithful, and keep building. Peace.